Man, it seems like the same old coming from Disney. After a 2023, the 100-year anniversary of Disney that was supposed to be a big celebration, ended up being the opposite of that. It was one of the worst years they've ever seen, not just when it came to, PR disasters or streaming failures, but especially at the box office. We saw nearly everything from Disney bomb. Doesn't matter if it was Marvel. Doesn't matter if it was an Indiana Jones sequel. Doesn't matter if it was a live action remake. Doesn't matter if it was animated movie. Everything from Disney absolutely shit the bed. And now they're still refusing to acknowledge that it's their failures. It's their fault. Instead, they're doing what we do all so often. Disney exec blames fans, refuses to take blame for Star Wars and the Marvel failures. And this is all coming from a Hollywood in Toto. Shout out to Christian Toto. Disney exec blames woes on racist, sexist fans. It's a response to an article that Matthew Bellani did on the Puck newsletter. And he received feedback from a Disney executive who didn't like the fact that Disney was being criticized for being too political. Listen to this fucking response. Quote, everyone says it's the movie, stupid, which is an easy thing for people to say. More appealing movies are a great way to jump the political issues. But more and more, our audience, or the segment of the audience that has been politicized, equate the perceived messaging in a film as a quality issue. They won't say they find female empowerment distasteful in the Marvels or Star Wars, but they will say they don't like those movies because they are, quote, bad. So, quote, make better movies becomes code for, quote, make movies that conform to regressive gender stereotypes or put men front and center in the narrative, which is what you're seeing now and what Bob Iger's pivot is all about. A Disney executive who is refusing to acknowledge that it might be the quality of what they're producing rather than just angry fans that are ruining everything for Disney.
This executive, is this someone that's still there according to the sources, or do we know that? Is a former Disney executive or
current Disney executive?
Okay, current Disney executive.
Which could be anything, right? That could be like, senior backup vice president of toilet cleaning at the parks. Like, Disney executive can mean a lot of different things. But.
Now, what he's saying is, what does he mean by what you're seeing now and what Bob Iger's pivot is about now? What does he mean by that?
All the messaging that's out there from Bob Iger, it's like, we really need to focus on our sequels and focus on our franchises that already work, which is not even like this regressive gender thing. They announced they've got like 2 Frozen sequels in the works. They're rebooting and doing something for Moana. That's not male-led at all. So this guy's just fucking coping with the fact that a lot of their shit has failed lately. And he's trying to blame it all on fans that supposedly don't want women in anything.
Again, it's such a tired, dumb argument. And again, the fact that some of these weirdos are still trying to push that narrative out there, again, it just confirms everything we've been saying, but it's never been about that. Everybody with a working brain knows that it's never been about that. It's about agenda-driven storytelling. And yeah, the fact is now you can't even say a movie is bad without being accused of some kind of coded language. You can't even say a movie's bad. Can't even say it. Like, how many people bitched about Frozen and Frozen 2 because it was female-led? Like, I don't remember a big outrage for those movies.
Where was the massive sexist backlash that caused the movie to flop for Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Right? Where was it, right? I somehow, that must slip my mind. Now, Wonder Woman 84, guess what? That failed and got a lot of backlash because it was a bad fucking movie.
Yes.
And it got roasted for that. Not so much the first Wonder Woman. Even though, some people have their problems with it. Shout out Mahler. Yep. But in general, there wasn't some backlash to Wonder Woman. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. I mean, that was one of the best received superhero movies that we've had through this whole superhero boom. Not but it was definitely a top tier received one. You know what I mean? People loved the first Wonder Woman. It's just such a nonsensical argument. And that's the thing. I wish some of these guys would actually have to sit down with fans and just be like, accuse them directly of it, and then have to sit there and answer for like, well, why did Wonder Woman, why was it so successful? Why did people like it? And again, I went into Wonder Woman thinking I was going to hate it because I did not like the casting of Gal Gadot. I didn't like it. I thought she was going to be trash. I thought she was going to be terrible. I had preconceived notions. I was going into that movie knowing I was going to hate it, and I ended up loving it. I hope they keep talking like this because it does them no favors whatsoever. This is something we've been saying since 2017. And how many times have you heard them go, who said it? Where is there a Disney person on record saying it? Well, I mean, Rian Johnson's on record saying we need less white dudes in Star Wars, less white dudes directing Star Wars. And graciously, he did step aside and opened up a trilogy for all non-white dudes after he signed on for it. So really nice of him to do that. Rian
Johnson walked and stepped aside so Sharmino Obaid-Chinoy could run.
Such a
Okay.
great guy. But yeah, man, this is something we've seen on record many times with Lucasfilm executives. We've heard Marvel people, Marvel executives say this. Now you've got a top, according to sources, a top level Disney executive saying the same thing. So it's not surprising at all.